Okay, this is package number 1 for Demon Hunter's Exile. Super excited for this. Alright, I saw that and I thought it was the extra vinyl. I was like, what the heck? Okay, so we got the seat. Yep, nobody cares about that. Just toss that aside. And look at that. It looks great. I love that artwork. Absolutely love it. The cool thing about the album, though, is it's got some features for Max Cavalera, Tom S. Englund. I don't know who that is. I've never heard Evergrey, which I guess is a band. And then he's got Richie Falconer, Judas Priest, which is really cool. So I'm definitely keeping this part right here. Alright, we got Exile out of the packaging. I'm going to go ahead and take this off for now. Just kind of set it to the side here. Looks great. Here's the back. The band. This is not a gatefold, but I believe it does have 2 actual vinyls here. I'm going to set this aside for a sec. Okay, so we got the little pamphlet here for another band. Oh, it's actually is okay. Cool. I like it when they actually have like little booklets. Not much of a booklet, but and then this side with the band. Very nice. This is great. And then the main attraction here, the actual records. Okay, so we're going to look at this first one here. It is white, pure white with some little specks of blue here and there. Not much. A little bit more on this side, but you can see the blue, yeah. Very cool. Yeah, I had like 5 or 6 copies of this album pre-ordered, so I'm basically just filming as I get the packages. Okay, the second disc here definitely has a lot more blue, which is very nice. I like it when vinyls do this, when it's got like the same kind of color scheme for both of them, but they kind of like put more of this color or this color into it, into the second one than the first one. So it's not like you're looking at the same exact splatter or like colors and patterns in both discs, you know. It's very cool. So yeah, this is awesome. I really like it. I got this one from Revolver magazine, I believe it is. Yeah, this one was from Revolver magazine. So yeah, that's just great. So yeah, this, I think, does it say limited editions? We've got all the albums here. Demon Hunter's discography, which is a very, very solid discography. And it's got the tracks right here. Great album. Just absolutely fantastic of an album. Yeah, so that's pretty much it with this one. Alright, next part of the Exile stuff that I've gotten, which is like 5 copies, I think. I think I pre-ordered like 5 copies. Okay, this one I guarantee is the deluxe, considering the shape of it. Here it is. deluxe edition XR, which has got the 2 extra songs, Sleepwalker and Exile, which I have not heard actually. I've heard this album like 10 times now, but I haven't heard these songs, so this is gonna be interesting. It's got it split up into parts too, which I just now noticed. I very much enjoy the artwork on this though. I'm not much of a comic guy, but I'm actually quite excited for the comic series that this album is connected to. Alright, so let's pull out the contents. Maybe. There we go. Okay, so it's got 3 different things here. First up, I do very much like the artwork here. And it's got a hold up here, which this has the okay, I don't want to ruin it too much actually. Okay, this has the CD. Oh, it's got this too. Which I remember there was like a special edition vinyl, which I didn't pre-order, but hopefully I'll get eventually, I don't know. With this artwork, so I recognize this artwork right here. Oh, that's just completely separate. I thought that was attached to this. Okay, this looks like poster, sort of. The artwork, kind of like an alternate artwork. Very cool. I very much enjoy the artwork of this album. This one right here. It's got the Demon Hunter skull, obviously, but there's just so much going on in it. Like this is an old city and everything, and there's a person here. All kinds of stuff going on, and it's something to really, there's a lot of detail in it, and it's just something to really admire. I just love it so much. Alright, and then the other piece here, which this actually does have a CD, which I imagine this is the actual CD. This is the deluxe right here. Very nice. So that's very cool. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side just so we can get them out of the way. And here is the actual like books here. So we got 2. We got the first issue of the comic, Part 1, Freedom is Dead. And Ryan Clark has input into the comic. A little bit later in the video I'm going to be talking about their live performance that I went to see, and he did talk about the comic a lot. So we're just going to kind of flip through it just a little bit just to see how it looks. It does look, again, I'm not really big on comic books, but this does look pretty cool, and I'm very excited to actually like sit down and read this. It's very cool what he said about it though. He did say that you don't have to be a Demon Hunter fan to enjoy this, to get into the comic. It's just a 4-part comic series. You don't have to like Demon Hunter. It's kind of like a separate thing. But I imagine it still has some things to do with it. I don't know yet because I haven't read it. But definitely going to be looking forward to the next 3 issues of this as well. And then this right here Now this is really cool, actually. Like, this is the same size as the comic, same kind of like material and everything, but it's basically just the booklet for the CD. It's got this whole what's it, Ryan Clark and Demon Hunter, whole like introduction, and then you basically just have the booklet. That's really cool. There's a lot more here than just the lyrics too, so that's really cool. I love sets like this, I really do. And I definitely think more bands should do this. Man, it is a lot to take in. I'm definitely going to be having a sit down to just read everything, you know. And the deluxe edition has all the has like these interludes between each song or whatnot, from what I believe. He was talking about it at the concert. But he was talking about how they have like these interludes, and they basically the character from the comics, it hasn't having these like monologues or whatever with all these like really cool sound effects. I actually played one. I guess this is a little bit about my experience seeing them live, but more to do with this. They played one of them. I can't remember the song that led up to it, because the set list is a bit hazy to me. But it was like all this really cool like movie like sound effects and whatnot, and this girl talking. So it's really cool. It's just really cool. Very cool. I'm very happy to have this. So you basically have three things here that slide into here. I like this a lot. So much so that it's kind of hard to me to explain some things, and I'm kind of stuttering over my words because I'm just awestruck by it. It's really cool. I love it. So this is the deluxe edition here of Exile. This is awesome. Yeah. Thank you, Demon Hunter, for releasing stuff like this. I love it. It's a great thing to have in any collection. Thank you. Let's go ahead and do the CD first. And here is the CD of Exile. Forgive the glare here. We'll try to ignore it. It's the back. It's kind of got that side slip, just like the other vinyl that I got. Yeah, let's get this open. Okay, so the slip thing comes off, which is interesting. I'm definitely going to keep it, but it's not necessary to keep on it. Although I do have some like Japanese releases that have that. So, and here is a digipack. So it's very cool. Here is the CD itself. Looks very cool. Now we want to check out the booklet. It's very similar to the booklet in the deluxe edition, except without all the extra like comic book stuff and the meaning behind the lyrics and all that, inspirations. So I'm just kind of skimming through it, but very cool. Here's the CD. Let's set that aside. Up next is going to be the cassette. Here is the cassette. It's got a different cover of it. It's cool to have, it's visually appealing to look at the same cover in different formats and stuff, but it is really cool to have different covers for different releases, Here is the cassette. I'm not going to really look into the booklet of this right now, but definitely want to check this out. The blue cassette. I guess that's side 2. That's side 1. It's very cool. In my collection, cassettes are what I have the least of. I still think with this I still have under like 30. I think I've gotten to 20 now, but yeah, very cool. And you'll see a couple other Demon Hunter cassettes later on in the video as I'm showing off my collection. So that's very cool. CD and cassette. Last but not least would be the vinyl. Vinyl number 2. Well, technically number 1 because I bought this one first. Bought it first, it came last. So, the exact same cover as the main cover there. Same kind of like concept here. We got that slip on the side. So, imagine that this is pretty much all the same as the last vinyl that I had. Same kind of like not necessarily a whole booklet, but the same kind of setup with this. So I'm not going to go into that very long. Of course, I got the 2 vinyls for a reason. The reason being the colors. This was the one that was off on their actual website. Looks very cool. Oh yeah, that looks very cool. The first one that I got there, the white with blue, that was off Revolver magazine website, I think. This is very cool. A very cool release. That's just awesome. That is just so cool. So yeah, that is all the unboxing part done. I'm going to go more into Exile here in a sec, and my whole Demon Hunter collection so far. Still honestly planning on trying to get a hold of some of the other variations of vinyl of this album. So, yeah. So for this next part of the video, I am joined with Wilkamz, and we got to see Demon Hunter at Manchester Music Hall in Lexington, Kentucky. This was actually the second show on their tour, on their 20 Years of Exile tour. So, and we've pretty much been fans of this band. Can't remember the exact year, but it's been more than half of their career, for sure. I want to say it was around the Triptych, maybe, or at least Storm the Gates of Hell. I know that Triptych was a big album. I'll let you tell the story of like how we got introduced to them, because I always I could never remember the show that we saw.
Yeah, so there was like, forget what channel it was, inspirational thing, it was some Christian channel.
Yeah, I couldn't even remember that much.
Yeah, but they had this, show that came on, called Steel Roots, I think.
I remember now.
Yeah, so
I
always more like teenager.
Yeah.
Geared, and one of the things that they did on Steel Roots was called Mayhem, I believe. It would just be
that
like
sounds right.
half an hour or so of just music videos of like more non-traditional Christian music, rap and heavy metal and hard rock type stuff. And we discovered a few bands, honestly, from that. But I'm pretty sure it was like, I want to say it was the first time that we watched it. And we had recorded it too, or our dad had recorded the music videos.
Yeah, recorded it back in our VHS tapes there. Man, we're old.
And Not Ready to Die was one of the music videos on it. That was our first taste of Demon Hunter.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome.
Fun fact, if you want a little like concept of how old that was, if you watch the Not Ready to Die music video on Demon Hunter's official YouTube page, it is in like 140p. So, or at least 240p, I think. And so it's like, wow, this is old. Because I think that album came out in like 2004, I want to say. So it's crazy. So we've been fans of this band for a long time.
Yeah.
A very long time. I would say almost their entire career. So getting to see them live was a big deal. A very big deal for me. Because, yeah, unfortunately, Wilkamz here wasn't able to, hasn't kept up with them as much as like me or other brother Connor has. So he was exposed to a lot of new stuff from them. He's kind of been exploring their discography since we saw them live.
Yeah, because like we got really after that we got really into the Triptych, so we listened to that a lot. But I didn't really follow them too much after that, I guess. I really kind of got to the point where I didn't really listen to much Christian music at all, even the metal stuff that I do. So yeah, seeing them live, seeing them play some different stuff definitely did like turn me on to a lot more.
Neither of us, I don't think you did, but like I did not listen to anything from Exile until the concert. I didn't listen to any of the singles because they released like 6 singles. They practically released half the album before the album came out. But like I didn't listen to any of it. So my first experience with some of the songs from Exile was at the concert. And I think they played about like 4 or 5 songs from it, and they were great. It was a good experience. It was a good way to discover or listen to the new material from a band, you know, see it live. But they seem to play at least one song up till like True Defiance or something. I think they played one song from their first album all the way to The Word Is a Thorn. And then after that album was their lineup change, which is the lineup that we saw live. From True Defiance onwards, I think they played at least 2 songs from each album, except for the new one. They played like 4 or 5. It was amazing what they did, because I think they played... Okay, so they played Silence the World first. The second song was On My Side, which is from War, which is a great song. I remember listening to that song so many times before that album came out. And then I think they played another one from Exile, which I can't remember. I don't know. That third song is kind of hazy to me, unless it is actually Infected. But like, they played a couple songs at least, and then they played Infected, Not Ready to Die, and Undying. And I just thought those were like the coolest back-to-back from like their first 3 albums that they could have done. Except for my favorite song ever by them, which they unfortunately did not play. But my favorite song ever by this band, and I'm extremely biased to it, but is off the triptych, is Fire to My Soul. That is by far my favorite Demon Hunter song. So, Demon Hunter, if you're listening to this, next time I go to a concert, I expect Fire to My Soul. Oh, there's joke around on this, on my YouTube. I remember, because that was just so memorable, having those 3 songs back to back from each other, so most of the lineup is kind of fuzzy to me. I pretty much can name all the songs. They got like Silence the World. They did Master from the new album. They did Freedom is Dead. Heaven Don't You Cry. I have, I'll probably be putting it up, but I actually have like a 40-second video from that, from Heaven Don't You Cry. Or Heaven Don't Cry, not Don't You Cry. I was basically saying the actual lyrics.
They played Praise the Void, didn't they?
Oh yes, they did. Praise the Void. That was the other one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
They did play Praise the Void. So yes, they played 5 from Exile, which all of them, first time hearing concert, was just fantastic. I love them. Probably for both of us, I could probably speak for both of us here, but on our first hearing those songs for the first time, I think Master was the one that really stuck out to us. Because that song is just...
That is probably my favorite song off the album.
On My Side, of course, that's a big one. They played The Negative from War. They played Accuse Myself from Peace, and their encore was More Than Bones, which was really cool, because I was really big on that song. Possibly, honestly, my 2 favorites from Peace they played. Accuse Myself and More Than Bones, so that was fantastic. And then they played Jesus Wept and Cold Winter Sun, which, I gotta be honest, Outlive never really clicked with me until I saw them live, and now it's just like on repeat, that album, and it's just crazy. Because like I heard it, I didn't like skip over it. It kind of felt like I skipped that album just because of I don't know. I just can't explain it. I can't explain why I didn't like listen to that album. But after I saw them live and they played a couple songs from it, I was like playing that song on repeat so often it was ridiculous. But they played I Will Fail You and Last One Alive from Extremis. And then I'm pretty sure they played Resistance and Dead Flowers. Definitely Dead Flowers, but I'm iffy about Resistance. I feel like they did. And then they played Fading Away from Storm the Gates of Hell and Collapsing from The Waters of Thorn. That was pretty much the set list. Not exactly, but... You're always going to have people who are going to be like, oh, they should have played this song, they should have played this song. You're always going to get that. I mean, I was like that too, so I mean, but like, it was a very solid set list, it really was.
Literally the only thing for me that could have made it better was Fire to My Soul.
Yeah. Oh, that would have made it amazing. If they played the entire Triptych album in its entirety and just then played everything else, that would have been amazing. No, that's not gonna happen.
Could have gone on for another hour, that's fine.
Yeah, that's completely fine. I mean, the fans don't mind. I mean, the musicians, on the other hand, they have to play a whole album plus everything else that they had on the set list, so, I mean, they might be,
Might get tired.
Yeah, but, you know... Yeah, this was the first concert that we got merch from. So that was cool. That was a cool experience.
I should have been wearing it.
I've got Opponent. We need to talk about Opponent, actually.
I was going to say...
We can't forget about them. I was about to talk about them.
Would you say like technical death metal?
Yeah, along those lines for sure.
Something like that. But yeah, they killed it. They were awesome. They played through their entire album.
Sentinel.
So so it's the album Sentinel. We got to listen to the whole thing live. It was awesome.
Yes, that was.
We got to kind of hang out with them a little bit at their merch table.
Yeah.
At the end, and they were just really cool guys.
Yeah.
They signed. I think you got the same poster.
I was looking for the CD, but I also have like 200 plus CDs on a shelf, so, and it's like a slim digipack, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna show this off. I should have had it like, I need it hang up already, but.
Yeah, but yeah, so we each got the poster signed, and then got the same shirt as you, but reverse colors.
Yeah.
I got, and then I also got the Exile.
Yes, I got the Exile short, and then I got the Exile Tour short as well, that has all the shows on the back of it. And I got some CDs as well.
really great experience.
It was fantastic. We're saying that they want to come back to Lexington, so if you are watching this by any chance, we'd love to have you back. You definitely had a phenomenal outcome. I mean, that place wasn't packed, but I mean, there was a lot of people. And I appreciate this band so much so now because they are independent, which is great. I love that because the music industry sucks. And yeah, after everything else in this video, you saw my unboxing and my collection and stuff of this band. They all one of my favorite bands. They're in my top 10 favorite bands of all time. I adore them to death. So thank you, Demon Hunter, for existing.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was a really great concert. It was a lot of fun. Seemed like really cool guys.
Yeah. Hopefully
It was going the whole time. Great energy.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to meet him next time.
Yeah, that'd be kind of nice, because we kind of... You kind of found out about it a little bit late, right? Like, really know about, like, the meet and greet stuff before.
Yeah, I found out. Yeah, that's right. I wasn't sure what you were referring to there. But yeah, I saw something about the meet and greet stuff after the fact, after the concert, like the day after, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. And, like, going out to the parking lot, we saw some of the, like...
Yeah, we saw the bassist. We saw, I think his name was John Dunn, I believe. But we saw the bassist.
Yeah, he was talking to some people, but we didn't want to be weird and be hanging around. And the bassist also, at the very end of the show, saw my Iron Maiden shirt and pointed to me.
Yes. There's video evidence of this, too. Yeah, look up on YouTube.
In the video, you can't see that he's pointing at me, but
you can see him pointing. Yeah, somebody uploaded More Than Bones, the final song, and at the very end, the bassist points right at William, who's wearing an Iron Maiden. I think it was Holy Smoke, right?
Yeah, I had a Holy Smoke Iron Maiden shirt on.
So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. It basically started as like an unboxing, and then it turned into this bigger video that was basically split up into like 3 parts. So that's really cool, which I kind of wanted to do something like that anyway, because this band is so important to me. That's gonna be it. My next video is also gonna be about Demon Hunter. I am going to be joined by my other brother, Connor, and we're going to be breaking down their albums or discography in a tier list. So stick around for that. Thank you, Demon Hunter, for doing what you do. Opponent, too.
Awesome.
Yes. Yeah. Opponent. They're very new, so give them a listen. So yeah, Demon Hunter, Opponent, you guys rock. Keep it up. Alright, thank you for watching, and if you haven't, listen to Demon Hunter and Opponent. But, see you in the next video.